Hi friends, so today class is based on the PowerShell scripting class for the SQL Server database administration who want to automate their SQL task using the PowerShell. So this class will be very important for those people. So what we are going to discuss about this class and what we are going to learn this. So I am going to start history of the PowerShell class first, and then we will see what are the different version and how it is came. Okay, so first of all, friends, so what is PowerShell and why we are going to learn this PowerShell? There is the something already, there is a 15 model which is already divided into the 15 model for the PowerShell class. So first I am going with basics of the PowerShell. So why we are using the PowerShell? So so PowerShell basically it is used for the three work. One is called your automation of the tasks. If anything you want to automate in the time, uh, so at exactly this time this has to perform this work. So you can go through the PowerShell and you can add multiple of various of thing which one you want to perform. It's very easy to use with the PowerShell. Second thing is if you are doing any repetitive tasks, so means you don't want to go with the same thing, log into server, and you want to perform this operation. So you can go with the PowerShell scripting, and you can, if you have proper privileges, you can use this PowerShell script into the one server, and you can pass the parameter. It is going to perform the all operation for the hundreds of the server also. Next is very useful thing that is called for the reporting purpose. If you're talking about reporting, means like something goes wrong in your system, and you want some alert has to be generated, that also you will able to perform. Or something you want some report has to come, like backup report when the SQL server it is ran in the last time when it was rebooted, or somebody has rebooted it, some configuration related thing for the SQL server. So these things very easily you will able to generate using the PowerShell. If you want to generate something this is space report like this, so there is so easy way you can generate using the PowerShell. You can go with some of the services which is running or not running, that also you will able to do that. So basically this is the error log which one I have generated using um, HTML file, that also you will able to perform. There is something called health check of the report, which one you want to get the email, that also you will able to perform using the PowerShell. So basically we can say what is the PowerShell. It is the command line tools and scripting language that helps IT professional to configure and automate the administrative task. Okay, so PowerShell builds on the .NET framework, right? So many of the work which one we are using as a .NET, we can use here also, right? So repetitive task we can perform using the PowerShell, and it's make the DBA life easier, right? So we will go for the class first. uh, PowerShell is the object oriented programming. Okay, so it's having the four concept into the PowerShell, because you already know in the Java or C++, they are following these are the object oriented programming language. So Java, so PowerShell is also the object oriented programming language, because it is following the four concept that is called inheritance, right? We are going to see that what is inheritance, polymorphism, right, abstraction, and encapsulation. There is four concept. It is PowerShell is also following, because as Java and C++ also they are following this four concept. So we'll go one by one, and just people having the doubt here. PowerShell is object oriented programming language or not? Yes, this is the object oriented programming language. Now I am not going to show you as a practical, but I am going to give you the some definition about this. You can watch my next video for this all four example. So what is called inheritance, right? Okay, what is called inheritance, right? So if we are going for the definition wise, we can say when we construct a new class from existing class in such a way that the new class access all the features and property of existing class, that is called inheritance. Just example, just if you want, you can go to any folder here. The simple way I will say you, like I am there in the all PowerShell class. If I will right click, if I will go to the property, if I'm going to security, and if I'm going to advance here, you can see here disable inheritance. What is the meaning of this? Means what permission you are going to give to this folder, right? Same permission is going to be applied inside that folder, inside whatever this is there, to all. That is called inheritance. Here also PowerShell will be going to follow the inheritance concept, right? Inheritance concept. So we can see into the later classes what is the how we can prove this is a inheritance. Means PowerShell is following the inheritance, right? Now I'm not going to discuss more on the inheritance side. uh, Now I'm going for the next is polymorphism. What is the meaning of polymorphism? Means poly means it is a more, and morphism means form. The meaning of this means same object having different behavior. That is called as polymorphism. Like just I'm taking as an example, if I am the teacher, sometime if I am going to talk with you, right? When I am talking with you, so I will talk with my student, maybe some polite way. If some same question you are asking me, I will something I can say to you, right? But what will be happen when I am the teacher only, but for my kid, if something he's doing wrong and same thing he's asking, maybe I will shout something like that, right? Maybe I will not become the same reaction how I am with you guys and how I am with my kids, right? If I am going with my friends, so I am the same person, but I will be something jolly. If some same thing you are saying to me, like just example, uh, if I am not able to pronounce anything, right? Just example, if I'm not able to pronounce anything, yeah, if I'm telling to my friend and friend told me you are not able to pronounce, maybe I will something I will make funny things and I will make the joke, right? If same thing you are saying me, uh, you are not able to pronounce something, so maybe I will become not same as how I was with my friend and how was my with my kid. So it is same thing in same object when having a different behavior, that is called as polymorphism. In PowerShell, I will give you one example as a array. If you are taking as the example of array, so array are the they are following the polymorphism behavior by default, right? You can store any type of object into the array, right? So you can assign only to integer to it. In the subsequent of the example, you assign a floating number to a string. uh, so the string is able to store any kind of object, right? So by default you can say that your array is a default, by default is following the polymorphism, right? Next is these things you can watch my next video, and you can see how it is they are following these things, right? Next is encapsulation. What is the meaning of encapsulation? Means where any class which having variable and method into the single unit, that is known an encapsulation. So example we'll see later, but but something I can give you some understanding purpose. What is the meaning of capsule, right? It will be having two different part. If you will see the capsule, you can see the between there will be some line. It's having two things, right? So here also in the capsulation they told, if your class having what, having variable and method into the single unit, that is called that encapsulation. So what is the abstraction? Abstraction is nothing but it will show only the essential or necessity information, right? And it will be hide the background details, background information. That is called as abstraction. So PowerShell is also following this all four concept. So that's why we are able to say this PowerShell is also it is the object oriented programming language. So PowerShell is totally based on the .NET framework, right? .NET framework. So I hope you understood uh, how we are going to. So next is like history and version of the PowerShell, right? And then we'll go and we'll move for the basics of PowerShell command. Okay, so just I'm moving with history of the PowerShell. So PowerShell 1.0, right? So this is called as Monad, right? And it was introduced in the September 2003 at the developer conference, right? So PowerShell, when it was released, that time it was not known as a PowerShell, right? It was called as a Monad, right? And what will be happen, and the same name change from Monad to PowerShell, the name change was happened in 2006, right? So once they have launched into the 2006, it was supported with the Windows XP, SP3, SP2 and SP3, right? If you are installing the Windows Vista, that time it was the part of that OS. Nowadays nobody is using the Vista, that is a different theory. Okay. uh, and a part of Windows Server 2003. So when this 2006 Windows Server 2003 was launched, that time if you are installing, if you having the server, it was the part of Windows Server 2003. But what about the before? Before, it was, if you have any OS, if you have any server, you have to manually download the PowerShell and you have to install into that server, right? So from SQL Server 2005, PowerShell is available in Enterprise Edition, that is known and mini cell. So from the 2005, once the SQL Server was launched, you can right click and then you can see the Start PowerShell. This one is only known as the mini cell and it is very limited. You cannot perform much more work using the PowerShell, right? Using mini cell. So so nowadays also you can't see people those are using this mini cell, right? So after that PowerShell version 2 was released on 2009. Okay, it included support for Windows 7 and Windows Server 2008 R2. What I want to say, once it was launched, PowerShell 2, if you have any operating system Windows 7, it was the part of that operating system. You should not have to go again and you have to install, right? Major improvement and enhancement over 1.0 is remoting. What is the PowerShell remoting means? Uh, so you can execute any command on the remote computer. If you have hundreds of computer which is the part of domain and you have the proper privileges, you have set up your execution policy. We will discuss later what is the execution policy. So if you have the proper execution policy, so you will able to perform this operation, means remote. From the remoting you will able to execute the command, you will able to execute multiple of script. That is the major enhancement was happened over to compared to PowerShell version 1, and it's added hundreds of new commandlets and features into the PowerShell. So if somebody is asking whether the commandlets was included PowerShell version 1, yes, PowerShell version 1 also commandlets was there, but when this PowerShell version 2 came, it is added lot of uh, commandlets. Actually, PowerShell is started from 2003 only, right? If you will see, you can see this PowerShell version. It was started 2003, but after 2006, it started coming in the mini OS, right? So what you understood? So 2006, but in many operating system, it has started including from 2006. Okay, and it's having the multiple of reusable code which is called as commandlets function, etc. And as this time we having more than 2500 unique commandlets available for the PowerShell. Unique commandlets means your PowerShell will be used not only for the SQL Server DB, right? You can use for the AD purpose, you can use for that RBAC people, you Windows people is also going to use the PowerShell. Then if you are going for SSCM guys, or you are going with Exchange people, SCOM people, that all people they are able to use the PowerShell, and they are using also. It is very very simple for them, right? So that all having their unique commandlets, right? They will import that kind of model, and that model having multiple of commands, and they are going to use that thing we are going to discuss later. I hope you understood PowerShell version 2. uh, so this is a time came for the PowerShell version 3, and PowerShell version 3 was released on 2012. The what is the meaning of this? Mean 2009, then 10, 11, 12. After 3 years, PowerShell version 3 was launched. It's having the new features and capabilities, right? It's having introduced support for workflow means if you are writing any scripting, it has to go break and something like that you are able to do. Next they have added the ISC. What is the meaning of ISC? Means it is the integrated scripting environment. If you are going and if you are typing here PowerShell, you can see there is the two type of thing will come. One is simply PowerShell, and you can see the PowerShell ISC, right? So if you're so this PowerShell ISC having something called geographical view, where you can write something and down you can see it is some detail, some result is going to be displayed. And it's having multi right side, you can see all of the command is going to display. It's having the more easy way and convenient if you are using the ISC, right? uh, and second thing is, it improved the tab facility. If you're going to here and just if I'm right, like get uh, sorry, get hyphen I'd see and com, then if I'm pressing tab, automatically what will be com, after that whatever thing will be available, pressing tab it is going to come. So improve the tab features. So next is your PowerShell version 4. Okay, so it's released on 2000, when it is released on 2013, just 1 year when the PowerShell version 3 was launched, right? When the PowerShell version 3 was released, it's having many new feature, but one will be very important, that is called DSC. What is the meaning of DSC? Means desired state configuration. If you are talking about desired state configuration, this is the features. When it is developed, it's developed in 4.0 version and above, and it's helped to do the administration for the automate the configuration of the Windows or Linux operating system. You will able to perform this kind of thing using DSC. But when the PowerShell version 4 was launched, that time people was using for doing the operating system of the work also, like so DSC, desired state configuration, means you will able to manage Windows services or Windows related setting, managing the file directory registry settings, start stop killing any session, any speed, working with process, group account management, deploying any new software, everything you will able to perform after the PowerShell version 4. So after PowerShell version, when the PowerShell version 4 was launched, this was very very important, and all people is started using the PowerShell, right? So coming with next with PowerShell version 5. PowerShell version 5 was released on 2014, right? And and as a part of Windows Management Framework 5.0. Though, so if you are going to install Framework 5.0, so PowerShell will become automatically PowerShell version 5, right? It's added very new features like added network, switch CMD, introduced one gate. That is the many thing is there which one came into the PowerShell version 5, and we are there in PowerShell version 5. Even if you will see the many organization, they are using the PowerShell version 5 only, right? So PowerShell version 6 is something called as core .NET core, and it will work on the cross platform. If I am talking about cross platform, the meaning of this means cross platform means you will able to perform the operation in multiple platform software, right? You can work with PowerShell into Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. You already know now SQL Server you will able to install on the Linux platform, right? For that purpose, they have started PowerShell for the Linux, and this is also very very important, very very useful things. After that, PowerShell version, I have not updated here about PowerShell version 7, but PowerShell version 7 is also came, and this is also become very very useful things. So it's having very new features, um, um, and it is the totally open source software. So if you are for PowerShell, right? So so what we can say, so PowerShell version 7 is also supported on various ARM32 and ARM64 for the Linux purpose, and you can work on the Windows also if you have the PowerShell version 7, right? And it's having many new features they have added for it. So we are going to discuss later about the PowerShell version 7, but now we are going to continue with the PowerShell version 5. But if you have PowerShell version 7 also, then also you can learn, but basically we are going to focus on PowerShell version 5. Even I have the PowerShell version 5. So guys, I hope you understood about the history of the PowerShell, and next video I'm going to release about the object oriented programming, how you can say PowerShell is a object oriented programming language. So next class we are going to learn about inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.